All right, today we're getting into part 2 of our kitchen planning programming. So we're talking a little bit about layouts,
Okay.
and we're talking about kitchen storage, and we're going to talk about a lot of different styles of kitchens.
Yes.
Today we're going to talk about the galley style kitchen, but we'll get into bigger island kitchens, peninsula kitchens. We're going to do that later, but today we're here with Lori James from Interior Design Concepts, and we're going to talk about a galley. Why would you want a galley kitchen? You're kind of maybe forced?
I would say you're very much forced.
Okay.
I find them usually in older homes, typically. Most people would not love a galley kitchen on normal. They like it to be more open and be a part of the family versus two
Kind of locked in parallel walls. Okay.
But sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
And you only have so much room, so sometimes it's got to be a galley
Yep.
kitchen. So let's get into the details on how to design a great galley kitchen.
Okay.
So take us through a little bit of how to take a galley kitchen and make it effective.
In my opinion, I think the tall storage and all the way up is big.
So go tall with the cabinets.
Go tall
Okay.
with the cabinets because that does take your eye up and fills that space. Even if you're not going to use all of that storage and can't get to it every day, it's at least there and you're not running around.
Gotcha.
We paired that with these beautiful glass shelves on the other side.
Okay.
So this helps lighten the space up a lot that way. Yes.
So we're basically taking cabinetry for storage because space is a premium again, but we're also adding some elements of design
Yes.
to lighten it, brighten it a little bit
Exactly.
because it can be a dark space.
It can.
So let's talk a little bit about lighting
Sure.
as well. I'm
Yeah.
sure you get into light. How can we make this space effectively lit?
I would say very much your under cabinet lighting is a big help with
Okay.
that. And then we do a lot of LED cans as well too.
Gotcha.
Yes, yes.
So one of the things that I see in the LED cans is positioning, because
Sure.
you think about work zones and different things.
And the shadowing of
And
where
shadowing,
you're, yes.
so pay
Yep.
attention to the proper layout on where lights should go.
Very much
And they
so.
should be a certain distance off of the upper cabinetry.
Usually about 4 feet typically.
Usually about 4 feet out.
Yep.
So I do mine either 4 feet, and then sometimes I'll pull them in a little bit, so that because I'm a tall guy,
Sure.
I can cast a
Gets the
shadow
shadow
if it's
that way.
behind me.
Yep,
So
that makes
sometimes
sense.
I'll put some in a task area. I'll put them a little closer to the cabinet so I can still see well.
Yep.
And as I get older, I can't see as well. So I gotta put my glasses on.
Isn't that the truth?
Yes. So, all right.
Very true. And then I am a very big proponent of, I like my trash, my sink, my dishwasher, because then you are scraping, rinsing, and putting into the dishwasher.
Okay. So good use of the workspace.
The good use of the workspace, and it's all right there and not tripping,
Going
up and
all
down.
over the place.
Exactly.
Because if you can see that you and I are dancing around in here a little bit, and I'm trying to get out of your way, and
Yes.
that's important to think about, because you're not only going to be just one person in the
Right.
kitchen all the time. You could have 2 or 3 people. So making good use of that, so you're not going, a lot of different directions.
Exactly.
Question: do you change
Depending on,
where the dishwasher is at? Do you go left or right depending on what hand they are?
sometimes, yes.
Okay.
I also play that into, stove and oven and what else might be in that way. But a lot of times, yes, it is. Most people like the dishwasher on the right.
On the right hand
yes.
side. So
Yeah.
so it doesn't always track true, but
Most of the
ask
time.
people. Some
Yeah.
of the things that, and you can't do it in the galley space, but I've been starting to actually raise the dishwasher a little
We
bit
have
as
done
well.
that a few times as
So
well.
because laying down, one of
Especially
the
because you're tall.
yes
Yes.
one of the things you get from a safety standpoint, especially as you have older folks getting into the kitchens, is having the dishwasher door down can be dangerous because
Yeah.
people trip on them. So sometimes that can help, and that would hit them in the back of the leg and
Yes.
versus all the way down in the
All the
ankles
way
and trip them.
exactly.
So, all right, any other things that we should think about in this galley kitchen?
I think that's pretty good.
Okay, we've covered it pretty well.
Yeah.
Looks like beautiful tiles, light surfaces across the board. This is light and bright,
Right.
and we've really extended it
The
up,
height of the
it.
space.
So, looks
Yep.
amazing.
Thank you.
Let's get into the debate.
Okay.
Is it drawers or doors?
It's drawers.
It's always drawers.
It's always drawers.
So,
Always
why?
drawers. I don't know. I think we've gotten lazier the longer we've done it or thought about it maybe in designing kitchens.
Okay.
But, the more I think about it, I'm like, why do you want to open a door and then pull out a rollout or bend down to look at a shelf
Yeah.
when you could just open a drawer?
So we could do the rollout thing.
Yes.
And I got to open that up and get in here. It has its place.
It has its place. Okay. Yes.
And then why not just do as many drawers as you can? And it's just simply right there, ready to go. It's right there. Okay.
And I think it holds it better for your Tupperware, everything. Things aren't falling off the sides, and you open a drawer and there it is.
But is it always good just to have one normal cabinet?
It's always good to have one
have
normal.
at least one.
At least one.
Okay.
I think for those small
I'll let
appliances,
you slide on that one because
I like small appliances, yes. They have its place. But if I could do a kitchen, I think you get more storage with all drawers.
Okay. All right. So it's drawers.
It's all drawers.
Okay. Thanks for clearing that up.
Sure.
Quick pro tip.
Okay.
How do we add value to a kitchen? Is it layout or trendy ideas?
I think it's layout all day long because your layout is what you're using functional space every single day, where trendy, you know, those come and go, but you have to focus on that layout to add the value all the way through.
If you have a pretty kitchen that doesn't work, that doesn't add value to the family and or from a resale standpoint.
And you
People
will fight
see
it.
that. Yeah, you'll fight it and you'll see it.
Exactly.
Okay. So with such a small kitchen, you've actually done an amazing job with the layout that we did here, as well as some storage solutions. Take us through some of the quick things that you did, because I'm seeing pantries, easy reach, I'm seeing trash pullouts in this really condensed space. So take us through what you wanted to do there to create some additional storage and better layout.
Well, adding the peninsula helped because I could put storage in there, and there's a cabinet on the other side of
So we put a cabinet on the back side, so we opened up that open space.
Right.
Okay.
I knew I wanted a pantry, so I had to unfortunately cover a window, but it was worth it because I added the door with a window.
So we added some light. We've got a nice big pantry in here for such a small kitchen, which you don't normally see in a small kitchen.
Right.
Okay. And then tray divider.
Tray divider.
So that's the 9-inch tray divider, and then you have multiple drawer banks in the corners.
People love drawers, so it's just easy.
So put in as many drawers. Okay. So you've got those. And then uniquely, you actually, in this small kitchen, you have a trash pullout. So
also very important
Yes.
for a cook.
And a double bin trash pullout.
Right.
So that's actually a fair amount of storage there for trash, especially if you're having an event. So you can do that, and then you can use them as different things. And then you have the easy reach.
Right.
So,
I love those. I don't like the look of the corner cabinets. I think that's what you call
dead space or a diagonal.
Yeah, the diagonal. I don't like the diagonal look. So I thought that was a nice cleaner look, but still giving you storage.
Okay, great. And then you've really stuffed cabinetry wherever you could to get full use of everything.
I did. I didn't really want a cabinet up there, so I just put a shelf.
Here.
It could be decorative or functional. With the shelf, you could put plates, bowls, or cups.
From a layout standpoint, being able to add decor in and not be too heavy in the cabinetry, well, that was a really good call in this space because especially being a tall person, if there was a cabinet right here, I wouldn't like the way that feels. And traditionally, we'd have the sink by the old window, but you flip things around here. So
it felt like an apartment when I first got it, and it had the fridge and the microwave and I didn't want it to feel like an apartment, so that's why I moved everything around. Although the footprint didn't change a whole lot, or the square footage, but adding the buffet helped extend a little bit.
So we have some more storage kind of right on the buffet area, but really great use of a small space. You did an amazing job.
Thank you.
Well done.
I like how it turned out.
Yeah. One of the things that we see, and especially in these small kitchens, is they don't really utilize the refrigerator space. And it's always good, even in a small space, to utilize a panel and make it look built in, and then to pull this cabinet out to the 24. So
yeah, I don't like it when it's not paneled. It just looks, again, apartment-y.
Yeah, it looks apartment-y. So finish it out, do some nice trim work, really give it that touch of class, and I think you've definitely pulled that off here for sure.
So we've been talking about galley kitchens, peninsula kitchens, and now we're going to talk about island kitchens, and this is probably my favorite.
So how do you know when you can actually put an island in your kitchen? What are your thoughts?
You need the space.
You need
for
the space.
Sure. Yeah,
Okay.
you need the space for one. And there's a few different ways. I mean, you can put your sink and dishwasher in the island.
So figuring out what you want to do.
Exactly.
But the primary thing is to make sure that you have room within your kitchen. So the biggest reason why you can put an island in there is you have a much larger kitchen. So maintain your workflows through in kind of your walking zones through your kitchen. Maintain a minimum of 36 inches. And what I like to do is actually put 42 to 48 inches, because as you and I try to pass, we're going to kind of bump into each other. So give us a little bit of space, and especially if you have a bigger family, and then make sure you have that around all the different areas. As you mentioned, what are you going to put in your island? Do you want to put a sink? Do you want to put a range? What do you like to see in islands?
So I like a sink, a dishwasher, and then a trash can, but everyone's different. And I like on the other side to have some bar stools so you can have guests and then they look at you while you're cooking and whatnot.
Okay. Yeah, very, very important to think about how are you going to use the space. And then if you're having events, like you have a big family, what are you going to do with the guests? Kind of give them an area to sit. So think about your seating and think about your prep space and how you're going to use that. Now, a lot of people say they don't like sinks in the islands, but in my kitchen, I wanted to actually have the sink in the island because I wanted to kind of face the rooms, face the TV when I'm actually doing dishes and things. But I can understand that for a party, you don't want dishes to pile up while you're doing some entertaining. So think about that in the overall space. And then last but not least, storage.
Storage, yeah, that's a
pretty
big
important,
thing.
right?
That is important, especially in a kitchen. So some things we could suggest for y'all is some rollout trays.
Okay.
It's really accessibility to get your things in and out of the cabinets. Some other things is just an additional shelf. So obviously your cabinets will come with a shelf, but you can always add more shelves.
Add more shelving. And then make sure that if you're putting cabinetry behind the island, especially in the seating zone, that you have nice deep cabinetry and you do rollout so you can get to that. So I like to put in all the griddles, the air fryers, all that stuff that I don't use a lot, kind of underneath the seating space. So think about that when you're designing your kitchen. All right, Nick, we were talking about can you put seating or storage underneath your island, and we have two kind of different displays set up here right now. I'm not a big fan of just doing cabinetry under here. I really like to have seating in this area. So another
Yes, so do I.
So this, we actually did a deeper, if you have the room, do a deeper island, add some seating underneath it, and then you also have the ability to put cabinetry under here. We've talked about this many times. If you can double stack two 24-inch cabinets, kind of back to back, and if you don't quite have the space, you could do a 12-inch. So you could still put items underneath there. So how useful do you think this space will be?
It'll be very useful. You could put pots and pans that are seasonal pots.
All the things you're not
everything
using
that
every
you're not
single
using
day.
Every single day, exactly.
Yeah, definitely think that's a good way to use that space.
There's no seating here, and if you wanted seating, all you have to do is just increase the overhang on the countertop.
So take it from the 39 inches all the way up to 42 or 48 inches.
Yeah.
Give yourself some seating. And then again, the waterfall edges are kind of going out.
Yeah.
So you can continue paneling around here, and we're seeing some more applications with field applied panels, a little bit nicer trim detailing, and I think overall it's going to be a little bit higher end look.
Yeah, more or less drywall, pony walls, more panels like you said, filler, clean look, just to match the cabinetry.
Furniture bays, a little more trim detail.
Yeah.
So pretty excited about that. All right, we brought some good pro tips on how to bring a galley style, a peninsula style, and an island style kitchen layout together. Up next, we're going to talk about appliances.
And I'm looking forward to learning more about it.
Yeah, appliances are a big part of your kitchen layout and how you're going to use the space. So we're going to bring some experts to learn more about appliances.